vaccines. By the end of December, we expect to have about 40 million doses of these two vaccines available for distribution, pending FDA authorization. Enough to vaccinate about 20 million of our most vulnerable Americans. We've led much of the groundwork for these efforts and covered the major costs. We've paid for the vaccines. We've worked to ensure that administration costs will be covered by private insurers and the federal government through Medicare, Medicaid, and our program to cover COVID-19 costs for the uninsured. So no American will face an out-of-pocket cost for getting a COVID-19 vaccine.
We also went very fast because we took financial risks to invest in parallel in very large clinical trials as well as in manufacturing before we knew whether these vaccines would be effective or not. The trials are about 2, 3, maybe even 4 times larger than what's required normally. The reason we've done that was to be able to accrue enough cases faster by having more people into the trial. And we've seen that over 90% of those side effects occur within the 40 days after completing the immunization schedule. This is the reason why the FDA said we have to have at least 60 days of follow-up on 50% of the study population in the clinical trials before we can consider approving this vaccine. So we cover, I would say, the overwhelming majority of potential side effects.
Upon emergency use authorization, all of America must receive vaccine within 24 hours, as I said. All of America must receive vaccine within 24 hours, as I said. I think this is incredibly important. Fair and equitable distribution of the vaccine throughout the country simultaneously. There is no haves and have-nots. It is an equitable distribution, and we are driving hard to make sure that that happens.